Welcome at a Blender quick tip, and for today, extra meshes add-on that will add 30 plus new ready to go objects, which you can also modify easily after spawning in. I will go through them all as fast and understandable as possible. In order to get the list with all these extras, you will have to go to File, User Preferences, then type in Extra, then make sure you select this add-on, and then save user settings. When you press Shift A, you will notice you got a lot of extra stuff down here. First in the list is a single vertex. Add a single vertex, you will go straight into edit mode, and when you press G, you can see you have one vertex inside the orb. The next thing is object origin only, which means that this is an empty object with a orb only. You can add in all kinds of stuff you want. Then we have origin and vertex mirrored, which means if we place this up to here, go out of edit mode, you can see we have two vertices mirrored, and also in the modify tab you can see they have added a mirror. Object origin mirrored. This means it's just an orb. There is nothing in here, but if I would add in a plane and move this offside, you can see it's mirror. Next thing is a round cube. This could be very handy if you want to make a quick eyeball. You just put it on smooth, add in two subdivision surface, add an eye texture, and you're ready to go. The reason why you want to do this is if you would add in a normal UV sphere, you will put it on smooth, add in a subdivision surface. Sometimes you would be able to see that you have this weird texture look. And that's because in edit mode you can see it looks very strange. So that's why you can better add in a round cube. The next thing is a matte function. The first one is a Z-matte surface, which in case is actually a plane with an added subdivide and then added in a wave. Now also you can see at the side you have some options to mess around with. This is something you will have to figure out what you would like the best. And then we also have a X, Y, Z matte surface, and that will look like a shell. Or you can change this into one of the many other objects like these. There are tons of them. There's a lot of fun to just see what is all in here. And then again you have some options to mess around with. Now if you have messed this up like so, and you would want to spawn in a new one, it will look exactly the same, but down here you can actually restore the defaults, and this will count for every object. The next thing is a regular solid. Then once again you have a lot of options down here which you can change the shape, and you have a lot of other options you can use in order to make whatever you would like to make. But you will have to go through it for yourself. And the last one in the list is a triangle, which in case speaks for itself. Then again, it has a few different options you could use. Mechanical, pipe joints. We have a whole list down here, which in case you can spawn in all kinds of different pipes. You have some few nice options you can play around with, which I can understand. You can make a simple flashlight with the right coordinates. I'm just gonna spawn in a few more to show you what we have. A cross joint, and the last one an end joint. And then we also have some gears and a lot of options to just play around with what you would like for your project or game asset, and even twist it, make it like so. And I think it's a lot of fun to play around with this stuff. And the last one is a worm with some options to play around with. There are also some different Taurus objects. We have a twisted Taurus. The next one is a super toroid, if I pronounce it the right way. And this is basically a low poly version of the basic one, which has lesser vertices. And the last one is a Taurus knot, and this one looks very fancy. Then again you have a few options you can use to make it look weirder or lesser weirder. There is also a geodesic dome, and that has a lot of options to play around with. What you want to do with it is up to yourself. But one thing I will tell you, when you're done doing your shape, you want to go into edit mode, go to shading UVs and recalculate since the faces are inside out. Now we also have something that I rarely can pronounce, a discombobulator. Now in order to make this work, you will have to do something simple like spawning in a cube like this, then press Shift A and then you can edit. Now the problem with this is you cannot see live what is happening. So if I would just touch this to 44%, you can see nothing will happen. Now before you will have to mess around with this, it's important to read the usage information because it can take care that your blender will not respond anymore. Now the thing what I'm going to do here is just accept it and you can see what happens. It adds some weird sci-fi look to your cube, but let me just move this offside. You can still see that the other cube that you have been added is still there. Now if I would go into edit mode, go to the tools and add in a few subdivides, then I would add in once again this tool, press OK, you can see this will happen. In the future I will put up a quick tip video explaining you all about this. Then we also have some extras. We have 3 different diamonds or gems. We have a brilliant diamond which will look like this, and then again there are a lot of options to mess around with. And if you screw something up and you want to respawn one, you can also simply just do restore to the vaults in order to just make it normal again. Now what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to lay this thing offside, then I'm just going to spawn in a normal diamond so you can see the difference, and I'm just going to spawn in a gem. So these are the 3 differences of these objects. Then we also have a beam builder, which in case I find it a very nice one. So over here you got again a lot of options. You have this U profile, C profile, L profile, I profile and a T profile, and you have a lot of options to mess around with. We also have a wall factory. Now this is a big one, and I don't mean the size of it, but I mean the option of it. There are tons and tons of options, and then again I might make a quick tip video about explaining all of these options. But 2 nice of them are these wall shape. If you do radical, it's kind of like flat. You could make like a nice ground thing of it, or you can do like a curved, which looks like a igloo with the opening at the wrong side. But for now, this is what you will get. Then we also have a simple star. This is a very handy one since modeling the stars are sometimes a pain up the ass. You have a lot of options again to make it the shape you want. Step pyramid. Now this is a nice one too. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with this. And I can imagine after a while messing around and understanding these options, you could for example make a stairs pie, like a wedding cake kind of thing, or another object, just what you like. Then there is also a honeycomb, which has some nice few options which you can already array them without have to use a array modifier. You can scale this up, scale this down, and if you scale this down way too much and you scale it up, you will see you lose the thickness, but you can easily fix this again by using the next option below it. Then there is also a teapot plus, which means that if you open these options, you can also change it in a teaspoon, and you can scale up or down the resolution. But I do have to say, when you have a teapot like this, and for example you would smooth this out, there are a few problems, and I will just go through them with you. After adding a subdivision surface, you can see you have this weird look, which in case I've showed you with the UV sphere, which in case you can better use a round cube. But in this case, if you would go to edit mode and then just select this one, let me just turn everything on, and from the top view I'm just gonna select and then remove these vertices. Then hold your Alt, select this outer line, press E, press S to scale, press E, S to scale, and press F to fill this in. And if you go out edit mode, it's fixed. Same goes for this outer line. In order to close this up, You just press this outer line and then you will just have to move it like this. But I still think this top side should be on the teapot instead of inside the teapot, or else it will fall down in the real world. And or we have some problem at the side. That is that you can see that there is a problem with a gap over here. Now what I would do is just hold your Alt, then select all of these, press B and Shift to unselect this one on the top, and then press X to delete these vertices. You also have to go to this edge mode, select this edge, press X, only edges, and then somehow you can just figure out for yourself how you can fix this up with pressing E and just put it in there. Now you might well have to scale it for a bit until you have perfect combination there, and then your teapot is ready to go. And then the last one is a manger sponge. This is something fancy. If I would press on 2, it will just add in more holes and you can scale it up or down. And if on 0 it's just a cube. I will have to say the larger you scale this up, the heavier it will be, because it's already 15,000 vertices. And I just not know yet where you can use this for, any other than maybe a sci-fi scene. And for this one down below, I'm just gonna put in a cube. With this cube being selected, I'm gonna click on parent to empty. Now if I would just move this cube all the way down here, I can just simply select this empty, press G and press Z to lock it. And then you can just move it, or press R and Z to lock it. You can just rotate this thing. And if you would render this whole show with F12, the empty will not be shown and the text on it. So keep an eye out for the future quick tips, which case I will explain you more about some of these things. For now, if you have a question or a request, then comment below. If this video was useful, then like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.